We are at Ace Bolt and Screw in Tupelo, Mississippi today. Rhino back in the SuperTalk studios on this
Hump Day.
And joining us now in the Element Well studios at Ace Bolt and Screw, the mayor of Tupelo, Mississippi, Todd Jordan. Mayor, thanks for coming on today, sir.
Glad to be back. I appreciate you having me on.
You bet. So we've been talking this morning about what a great Mississippi company is Ace Bolt and Screw, and it's got to be gratifying to have them represented here in Tupelo. They're doing real well, too.
Long-term partnership. Through the years, I've come down to see Bill, and he's always accommodated what I needed.
Yeah. I mean, they're unbelievable organization. I had dinner with the good folks last night, and they say business is strong here in Tupelo, and I can tell you from just driving around a little bit this morning before the show, up and down Main Street, looks like activity is brisk. The buildings are all buzzing, and things seem to be going well here in Tupelo.
They are. We're kind of in a little revitalization mode where we've got new businesses coming in, and we're trying to clean up our old Blight properties. I believe since last June or July when I took office, we've torn down 39 buildings here in Tupelo.
Wow.
That's more than our first 6 months was more than the year before, and these are buildings that have just been dilapidated over the years and overlooked, and we're getting a plan together to get some developers in, and that's all what we've done. The word has gotten out, and we've had a lot of owners that's actually tearing down their own properties.
Well, how does that work, Mayor, when you see a building that's blighted like that, it's an eyesore, that's often a safety hazard, one that perhaps attracts crime and just illicit activity like that? What's required for the city to be able to act on something?
We have a blight review committee. So if we see a building or house in a neighborhood that's been neglected or somebody may have considered redoing it and just gotten it over their head, it'll go to that blight review committee. From then it goes to the council. We do have a public hearing at the council meeting that someone come in and challenge that, and a lot of times we do give them opportunity to rehab that property in a certain period of time, which is about 90 days. If not, we go ahead and put it up for demolition.
Okay, I got you. Well, I wish more cities, I think, would be more proactive in that respect, because it just seems like it drags on and it just gets worse. It never gets better.
And what you get, especially with these larger commercial buildings, it's a place where homeless get in, they start fires, and it's a safety issue.
Yeah, that's certainly a concern. What about any economic development projects you might have on the boards in Tupelo or the surrounding area? How's that looking for you?
We took a trip with CDF, city leaders, county leaders, last week to Oklahoma City. They've done a fantastic job with a lot of revitalization of their downtown Oklahoma City. And, we learned a lot. There's some things that we're going to have a follow-up meeting and see what we can do. But downtown, we continue to do things downtown. CDF does great with our industrial parks around the city, and if you go, like you said, if you go up down Main Street or Gloucester, there's always some type of construction going on. Even by the mall, we had an opening yesterday, Raising Cane's Chicken, which I believe is some down in the Jackson area. I'd never heard of it, but they took down the old Logan's Roadhouse and put up one, and it looks great up there. And our mall area is thriving, our downtown's thriving. So, we're in a good shape in the city of Tupelo.
Well, you've got all the ingredients. We were just talking to Senator McMahon about that in the last hour, but you've got great education, great neighborhoods, great health care. You've got a cross-section of industries represented. The financial industry, of course, very strong here. And then you've got great businesses like this that deal with the construction industry as well. You got all the ingredients.
And, it starts with our local businesses. I mean, everybody wants to support their local businesses, and just like I said at Raising Cane yesterday, once you build here, you become a local business.
Yeah.
We want to support you just like we support our locally owned business. But, Ace Bolt and Screw's been here a long time, as long as a lot of these other locally owned businesses, and, when we can give them a business over someone else, we definitely do so.
Yeah. How about the city's fiscal and financial condition? How's that looking?
Very good. We've got the highest bond rating that you can have. We have about $75 million in the bank right now. I mean,
Wow.
we actually have banks that don't even want to hold our money because, they're not making any off of
Right.
it. But we've got about $20 million that we set back to keep our bond rating the way it is. And, we could always be better.
Yeah.
But we, our sales tax is up, our tourism tax is up 28% over last year. The 2% that goes to Convention Visitor Bureau, and they help a lot with Park and Rec. And last year, our Park and Recreation did $4 million in an economic impact.
Wow.
The most they'd ever done before that was $2.8 million. So we did upgrade some of our facilities this winter because, we were on the cutting edge 15 years ago, but some of those facilities have kind of, gone down a little bit. So now we have to keep up. And, we spent about $250,000 just on the concession stand at bathroom at Ballard Park. So and that's the people that you get to town. So you have to make it very accommodating to get here.
Well, I can tell you, as an old youth sports coach, I spent many a night in Tupelo coaching baseball teams up here, and I always enjoyed it. The hotels were great, the restaurants were great, the facilities were great, but they do have to be renovated from time to time. You got to keep up.
That's right, and there's an old saying, about hotels, we're not overbuilt, we're under demolished. And that's kind of what if you go around any city, you can see that. It's easy to build a new one. It's hard to renovate a hotel when people are staying there.
Yeah, you're exactly right. So, well, congratulations on all your success. What about the American Rescue Plan, money coming down from that? How's that looking for you?
We're going to get about $9.4 million through that over the next, we've already got one payment. We've got about $18.8 million worth of projects already earmarked. That's not counting our Tupelo Water and Light has about $18 million in SRF loans that we're going to get started on. So we've got about $35 to $40 million in water, sewer, and drainage projects that we hope to do over the next 3 or 4 years.
Okay. Well, all the cities, I think, are poised to do a lot of stuff, which certainly the state is going to benefit from overall. What about the legislative session, Mayor? Did that go favorably in your view for you?
We got more than we usually get, to be honest with you. We got some money to do some improvements on some of our gateways in the city. Another $5 million for our Chickasaw Heritage Center. I believe one more year through the legislative session, we'll probably get that project started. It's a $31 million project that the Chickasaws are doing on the Natchez Trace, and it's supposed to bring in about 7 times that on economic impact, so we're ready to get that started.
What about anything in particular that you have talked to your senators, reps that have Lee County about that you'd like to see happen?
Oklahoma City, and we tried this last year, Oklahoma City did a 1-cent tax back in the 90s. Mm-hmm. It brings in about $170 million for them a year. Obviously, it wouldn't bring that into us, but they get all of that 1 cent, so they can do a lot of revitalization. I would like the legislature to look at that, just see if there's an extra tax there that we could vote on, this, maybe a local option to bring in some more money where we can maybe not have to do a 30-year bond, where we can do some of this pay-as-you-go.
And that does require legislative authorization.
That's right. We have the tourism tax, and if they could just take the tourism off, we could probably get through there.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. What about your political plans? You pretty content with where you are right now? What do you think?
Been here 9 months. I'm very happy where I am. No plans of going anywhere right now.
Yeah. What do you think about kind of the economic conditions overall in the country right now? There's, some are predicting possible recession, maybe a year or two out. We got inflation, supply chain issues, et cetera. Concerned?
It is very concerning. It's all an accumulation. You can have one without the other, and you'll be okay. When you have, like I said, inflation, now interest rates are going up.
Yeah.
You can't have in being an ex-realtor, you can't have interest rates go up and
Right.
supply chain issues and materials
yeah.
high. So something's going to have to give, or we will be in a recession. This may be a bad one.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned about that as well. And there's no consensus about it, is what I've seen, Mayor. You got some economists that say soft landing. Some say, no, we can't escape a hard landing. And some say we need to do what Volcker did back in the 80s. I don't know at this point. But
And one thing that is a concern is you don't see anybody that has a plan. I mean,
totally
we're just
agree.
kind of moving forward, and we're kind of accepting that without a plan moving forward.
Excellent point. Excellent point. Mayor Todd Jordan for the city of Tupelo has been our guest on Middays. Appreciate you coming on, Mayor.
Thank you. Glad to be on anytime.
Yes, sir. We'll take a break right here. We're at 8th Bolt and Screw in Tupelo, Mississippi in the Element Well Studios. Come down and see us. We've got